Good afternoon, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Friday afternoon, December 6th. We're looking at the SPY ETF on the market profile on Window Trader. And the bulls basically did what I thought would happen after the huge gap higher. Traded up the first couple of hours, but not a lot of distance. I mean, the range on the day was small. And then basically traded sideways as we go out. Only 8 wide though. We never got to 9 wide. But a P shape for short covering. So this week we went from 315.31 as our weekly high. We traded as low as 307.13 as our weekly low. And we end up closing at 314.87, up 56 cents on the week with all that. Kind of interesting. So who won? Did the Bears win? Did the Bulls win? The fact that the Bulls got back everything so quickly is very positive. However, they're doing it on poor structure. We have 2 gaps. This one is a huge gap today. But 2 out of the 3 days on the upside are P-shapes. That's short covering, right? There's your first up day after the down move. Then there was the next day, right? That's Thursday, and here's Friday. So yes, we have 2 gaps. Yes, we took back almost everything. We got right to the top of the balance. We're in a 4-week balance. We established the low of that balance on Tuesday, and we established the high of the balance today. So, kind of interesting to see where we go from here. I didn't make a trade today. The best opportunity, there were 2 trades I could have taken. The best opportunity would have been in C period. So we opened, basically drove straight up. It was an open and drive up, but that was fine. Did nothing in A and B. C period flushed out, but didn't take out B. Now, not even down here because it flushed out pretty quick. I'm not upset I didn't buy it here, but when C came back up to within 5 or 6 ticks of B's high, and once it got above A's high again, and it couldn't take out B's low, and we were one time framing up, that would have been a good trade entry. Would have known my out. If we came back down to C's low in that time frame, odds are then you're going to take out B's low and get out and then reassess. Never did. Popped B's high, went high. It would have been a quick trade. Again, the distance, it wasn't that much. B's high is 314.89. The high in the day is 315.31. I mean, it's still 49 cents. It's a nice trade. But I didn't do it. The other trade I wanted to do, I was looking to fade this, right? We had 2 attempts at a trend day up. Just like November, we start December where even though we keep going up on gaps, we have not had a trend day up hold. So briefly, we had one real early single print, and we had another one that, again, filled rather quickly. So I was looking to fade the high. But the thing was, we were so close to the all-time high, I figured, the odds of getting it would have been very good. So I didn't want to sell it right here even each time we made a new high in G and H, just barely. I mean, we were like 20 cents away from it. What I should have done is start establishing a position. Because the odds of a trend day up probably weren't going to be good, right? We were already 5 for 5 wide. Not 5 for 5, but we were 5 wide, I'm sorry. And the fact that we couldn't get a trend day going, I could have at least established a position to start one. And then if it did run up, get the high and come back in, then get a lot bigger. But I didn't do that. And then look what happened. We just basically traded down the next 2 hours, and then M did its usual thing. So that's fine. So it doesn't hurt watching the market. All right, let's go over destinations now. So there's 3 destinations on the upside. That is today's high, which is now a weekly high of 315.31. Then we have the monthly high, an all-time high of 315.48, last month's high. And then we have the pre-market high of 315.80, which is also, obviously, an all-time high, the pre-market high. Now, I just want to see something real quick. Okay, just wanted to check something. Volume, again, under average, 47 million with the after hours to go. I mean, you might get it to average, but again, on the grind up, volume's below average. When we went down Monday and Tuesday, volume was heavier. Okay, for our downside, the only thing we have is today's low, right? Because them flushed everything out. We didn't get an afternoon pullback low. That got taken out. We didn't get 9 wide. So we have A's low, today's low, 314.10, and then filling the gap at 312.25. So that's a 185-point gap. It's pretty good. Odds of that getting filled the first time there is slim. Then below that, we have 311.41, which was 9 wide from December 5th. 311.06 afternoon pullback low from December 5th. And 310.58, which is a daily low. And then let's look at the charts. Monthly, up. Gap is my main focus. Look at this weekly. Look at the way this recovered this week. Is that healthy? I don't know. I mean, it's one thing to come into balance. Another thing, we almost took out, from going to the low and making a balance, almost took out the high of the balance. We are now firmly in balance. The all-time high is the top of it. This week's low is the bottom of it. So now the question's going to be next week, what happens, right? A trader's going to sell the top of a balance, right? That's generally what they do, especially since we have a weekly high and a monthly high up there. So do we stall up here and start taking back some of this into the balance? I think Monday and Tuesday, it'll be interesting. We have the Fed on Wednesday, so we'll see how slow it is on Monday and Tuesday. But it would be wise for the buyers to try to take this out sooner rather than later, because if they don't, your destination is this week's low. And then on the daily, we are now up in the daily, right? We went balance, now we're up. 2 gaps are my main focus. Same thing on the weekly. Just missed the top of the balance, right? Balance rules. We haven't had them in a while. Let's go over them real quick. You get to the top of a balance, but you don't get it. You fail and roll over. You get to the top of a balance, you stretch it slightly, get back in and roll over. Or you get to the top of a balance, take it out, and don't look back. Remains to be seen what we're going to do. Hope you had a good week trading. Have a great weekend, and we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.